race to pass or choose who finishes last. My team was counting on me, but 4 feet into our race, I lost my pace because I broke my knee. I tried to keep going, not really knowing. I told you guys not to wait, but you didn't want to separate. I walked a mile with the fakest smile. My knee felt less tense, and it made the most sense to keep pushing through so I could catch up to you. Not long after, there was a natural disaster. A storm passed by, not giving a reason why. A couple people died, and all of us tried to pick up the people who fell, but our well had an awful smell. It was like our lives were a living hell. We decided to keep going with no way of knowing what else could happen during our race. We all wanted to win first place, but we needed to decide on a pace. It's a fact that we tried. Long after the water dried, we chose a path and saw the finish line. Shortly after, I lost feeling in my spine. I told you guys I'll catch up, but I had no way to get up. I was left in a ditch to be called a loser and a bitch by all the people who passed by me. We weren't even at mile 3. I had to get myself to stand, and you better believe it was grand. I started to learn how to walk, not worrying about the time on the clock. After I was comfortable in my skin, I finally had motivation to win. I got the speed to run. Not long after, the motivation was none. I stumbled and fell as I tried to run, but it was becoming less and less fun because I was all on my own. So I called you on the phone so we could get going because our team needed the growing. We caught up to those people who laughed in our face. We told them we're going to finish this race. Even though we couldn't get first place, we finally realized we needed a revision and we needed to agree on the decision. We all could finally see that we started this race together, and even though our paths did sever, sometimes pleather is better than leather. We joined up and started to run, and you bet it was a lot of fun. We started to reflect on all the things we'd said and done. We apologized and kept going, but our uniforms needed sewing. Luckily, one of our members knowing, and she quickly got started sewing, but she couldn't fix her own, and it tore her down to the bone. Her uniform became unsewn. She was bare, exposed, and hurt that our own team left her in the dirt. We quickly gave her a shirt, but sadly some of our team disagreed with our theme, so we all had to stop and do a quick shop. So we all had new clothes, and we all took out some blows so that everyone can see that our team glows. Even from the lowest of lows, we still conquer and grow. We eventually all took pose. One after another, we all rose. We decided to cross that line so that we could have the shine. But there was still stuff in our way, but nobody wanted to say. We didn't want to light that flame, but somebody had to do it, even though we knew it. Somebody had to point the blame and make that person feel ashamed. Our team was just ripped apart, seam by seam. We all went our own separate path, and that meant that we came in last, and that's why it seemed tense and hostile. We were told this run was a trial. We paused and laughed for a while. We didn't make it together. Then we started to unfeather. We realized we needed to start over. We needed to fix our emotional trover, but at this point, none of us would be seen joint because we were all pissed that our feelings were dismissed. We all stomped back to the start, feeling further than further apart, with gaping holes in our heart because we were back at the start. We learned a lot along the way, but only time will say if we cross that finish line one day.